Hello, once again, it's Kallster935, and today I'm bringing you a couple of Pokemon Showdown battles. Hopefully I'll manage to get in two, depending how quickly the first battle goes, so it might be uploaded as two separate videos, or if the time doesn't go too long, it'll be two back-to-back videos for you to enjoy. This team is the team, or slightly modified team, that I used in my I Am No Tree series featuring Trevenant and his shenanigans. So without any further ado, let's get on with the battle. I will pause at some points, just so that I can explain what's going on. So I led with my Trevenant, because I felt that it would be a better lead than Rotom for some reason. Not sure why. Rotom might have been the better lead. But he goes for the Ice Beam. I know as a fact that I can take that Ice Beam because it's not Stab, and by the looks of things he's not Life Orbed either. So he does get a crit. I still do live that and restore some health from my Citrus Berry. So now I'm going to throw up a substitute. I doubt he's going to stay in here, so I go straight for the Leech Seed to start getting some residual damage and putting pressure on his team. So I get the Leech Seed against the Salamence, which is quite nice. The quicker I can get this thing dealt with, the better. This is one of the big threats in his team. So I figured in this battle, if I got rid of his Salamence and his Gyarados, then my Mega Blastoise could have a field day. So there he went for the Flamethrower. I went for the Shadow Claw. I restore health with a mixture between Citrus Berry and Leech Seed, and I know I can take a Flamethrower, judging by the fact that I took an Ice Beam from the Starmie. So a mixture between two Shadow Claws and Leech Seed kills off the Salamence, which means that's one of my threats out the way. He now brings back in Starmie, and I knew that I could take one Ice Beam, because last time he got a crit and it did 75%. Since crits now do 1.5 times, I knew that would do roughly about 50%. It did do 45%, so he must have got max damage the first time on the crit. So there I went for a Leech Seed just to get a seed up against the Starmie, start sapping away some of its HP, get my Citrus Berry health back, and then switch out into Tumble, my Rotom Wash. So he's obviously not going to stay in. I went for the Hydro Pump here, expecting him to be that guy that switches in his Excadrill, but he's not. If I did go for the Volt Switch, the Cloyster would have died, no doubt. So now I'm thinking, yeah, my nice little washing machine can deal with Cloyster. It's called Tumble because I couldn't think of a good washing machine name, so I'm pretending it's a tumble dryer. So it turns out he's the King's Rock variant of Cloyster, which drives me up the wall. I get flinched the first time. I then rest to get my HP back, because looking at his team, nothing can handle Rotom, apart from maybe his Fortress, but that doesn't threaten my Rotom at all. So he goes for the Rock Blast again, and I get flinched. So I'm not wanting to switch out because nothing's going to appreciate a Rock Blast or an Icicle Spear except Tumble. In hindsight, I maybe should have switched to Egg Slash. That maybe would have been the best idea so I could keep my Rotom around, but when I was playing this battle I obviously wasn't as wise as I am now. So he flinches me to death, basically. It's like the Jirachi Mark II, except not as good. He just got very, very lucky. So here I can bring in my Panzer, which is my Mega Blastoise. I expected him to go into Fortress, I think. Either Fortress or I expected him to stay in, so I did go for the Aura Sphere. He brings in his Gyarados, which is nice prediction on his part. So I'm going to switch out into my Trevenant, because I know I can take attacks from this Gyarados. Unfortunately for him, he does miss the Stone Edge, and that did matter in the survival of my Trevenant. So he switches out into his Cloyster. I go for the sub again, I believe. No, I go straight for the Leech Seed. I was thinking that the Gyarados won't be able to kill me in one, so a seed against it would be nice. since my Rotom's gone and I don't have anything much to deal with it. So he sends in his Cloyster, switches out to it. I Leech Seed it, and then, as I said, I switch to Agnes, my Aegislash, to take the Icicle Spear. I know Icicle Spear isn't very effective, and so is Rock Blast, so Agnes just recovers almost all of the HP it lost with its leftovers. Now here, I'm going to just pause it. I was going to go with the Secret Sword, but I thought, I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to go with the King's Shield in case he has Razor Shell. In hindsight, if I'd gone for Sacred Sword, this would have been a much shorter battle, because it would have knocked out his Excadrill, would have knocked out his Cloyster if he stayed in, but I went for the King's Shield anyway to play it safe, and he brought in this Excadrill. Now obviously, my Aegislash cannot stay in against an Excadrill because one Earth... Oh no, I might be able to take one Earthquake, but I don't want to risk it. So I go out into my Trevenant, expecting to take... Or no, I do take this well. So Trevenant is a fantastic Excadrill counter. It resists Earthquake, it resists Rock Slide, it's a spin blocker, so it really can't do anything, and you can set up on it all you want. So here I go for the substitute. He brings in his Gyarados again. Again, this Gyarados is slightly intimidating. It's Moxie, because I didn't see the Intimidate. So he goes for the sub, and I'm starting to wet myself a wee bit. But then I remember that Curse goes through sub, so there's nothing to worry about. If I can Curse and then just keep subbing, this Gyarados will just eventually die. So he goes for the Dragon Dance, which was really helpful because it means that he didn't break my sub, so I can get some Curse stalling out of this. Now, he goes for the Stone Edge, kills my sub. I go for the substitute again, and I'm praying at the end of this turn I get my Citrus Berry back. However... Oh no, I do. I didn't think I did for a second. So I do get my Citrus Berry back, which is... It's absolutely filthy. It's such a dirty set. I absolutely love it. So he brings in his Cloyster. That Shadow Claw would be a 2-hit KO, but I don't want to stay in because he's faster than me, I believe. And he's going to go straight for the Icicle Spear. I go back into Agnes, so I can take them obviously, and now Agnes can do some work against his team. This time I go for the Secret Sword. Sacred? Is it Secret or Sacred? He brings in his Starmie though. I was expecting the Excadrill again, meaning that's not very effective. So I went for the Sacred Sword. It is Sacred. Sacred Sword, expecting the Excadrill to come in. Unfortunately it didn't. He might have been expecting that, or he might have just switched in his Starmie to try and deal with Agnes, but I know a Shadow Sneak from that range will kill it because of the super effective damage. So I'm looking in a good position with my... It's now 5-4. His Cloyster's almost dead. His Gyarados is below half health. His Excadrill isn't much of a problem so long as I have Trevenant and Garchomp, and his Fortress really can't do anything either. So here I go for the King's Shield. He goes for the Waterfall. I just wanted to scout what he'd do. Going for the King's Shield was maybe a bad idea, due to the fact that he did have Substitute and Dragon Dance. Had he predicted the King's Shield, it's very possible he could have got Gyarados Sweep. So I go for the Shadow Sneak. He goes for the Dragon Dance. He's now at -1 attack and +1 speed. So I'm still not scared of anything this thing can do to me, but even if it could, even if it was at a bajillion attack, I can just go for the Shadow Sneak and knock it out. Now I'm pretty sure that at this range I could have killed the Excadrill with a Shadow Sneak, but I didn't want to risk it. So I switched into my Trevenant. Trevenant easily takes, or not easily, well he does easily take the Earthquake, but it's going to be a 2-hit KO. Since I was at such low health, I was hoping there I got the Citrus Berry, but as you saw, I didn't. So now I can bring in Panzer, my Mega Blastoise, named after the tank in World War II, I believe it was the Panzer. Whether it's spelt correctly, I don't know, but I like the name. So here I go for the Aura Sphere against the Fortress. I was expecting it to do a touch more than that, but hey ho, Fortress is a lot bulkier than I thought it was. I'm not sure what item was on it. It might have been the Rocky Helmet for any physical moves, but obviously Panzer isn't physical. So now I just finish off the game with my Mega Blastoise sweep. Just Aura Sphere, the Fortress Aura Sphere, the Cloyster for super effective damage. Even a Hydro Pump probably would have killed it, or even a Water Pulse. So finally he brings in his Excadrill, and I kill that with a Hydro Pump. So that was good game to Scythorg. I did ask his permission to record and upload this battle, and I'm grateful that he agreed with it. It was a good battle. It did end 4-0, but regardless, I still felt that he put a decent amount of pressure on me. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a like, and if you really liked it, leave a subscription. Leave a comment below as well, just with any general feedback, or if you want a battle, and also give me a mail on YouTube if you want a battle. This has now hit 11 minutes, so I'm going to post the next battle with this team in a different video. I wasn't expecting it to take up that amount of time, but once again, thanks for watching folks, and goodbye.